They only do their starters out there too. Huh? They only have their starters on the ice too. I know. I think some schools do. What's that? Well, you gotta loosen that before you tip it up and down. It'll break the gears. Yeah. Huh? It'll break it. Okay, well, it's loose enough for it. All right, here we go. Game 2. Whitehawks versus Hutchison Tigers. 17 minutes on the clock. Starting line on the ice. Whitehawks with a 9-6-3 record. Can be improved by 1. Get that win column in the double digits. You may notice Lizzie Callahan playing defense tonight for the Whitehawks. Georgia Harmer centering line 1. Addie Garillo and Berlin Kohler wings. And Allie Butler the other defense. Here we go. Ready to drop the puck. Harmer at the faceoff circle. Wins it back to Butler. Butler across to Callahan. Callahan hits Harmer. Whitehawks are on side. That was close. Kohler was close. Callahan trips as she has the puck. Tough start for Lizzie on that shift, but she'll be all right. Savannah with a good save. Whitehawks regroup and take a defensive zone face-off. It's going to be Terwilliger, Hazel, and Emma Butler. Defense stays the same. Lizzie and Allie. Hazel gets it to Allie Butler. Bounces out the stick. Hutch sends it right back up. Terwilliger gets a stick on it. Hutchison sends it in deep. Lizzie Callahan sees some room. It's Emma Butler. Butler circles around the center ice circle. Hazel sends it back to what she thought was Lizzie, I believe, or Allie. Allie plays it up and out of the zone. Played with a high stick, they'll say, by Hutchison. So offensive zone face-off coming for the Whitehawks. It'll be Johnson, Dahl, Moline coming off a big night for that line versus Litchfield. Got Bodie and Ullman on defense. Dahl across to Bodie. Bodie sends it in deep. Stopped by Caitlin Ray. Oh, actually it passed to Dahl. Looked for that one-timer. It was bouncing. Couldn't get a clean shot on it. Dahl holds it in. Dahl with it again. Bodie. Bodie calls for it. Bodie with a shot. Ooh, save. Johnson smacked down behind the goal line. Moline in a little battle. Puck wasn't even there. Cross ice pass by Hutchison connects. He sends it in deep. Tigers go for a line change. Savannah leaves it to Coleman. Coleman up to Dahl. Dahl got a stick on it, so there won't be icing, but she's going to go for the line change. First line back out for the Whitehawks. Garillo, Kohler, and Harmer. Defense would be Nienaber and Allie Butler. Just under 2 minutes played so far. 2 shots for the Whitehawks. Or 2 for the Tigers, 1 for the Whitehawks. Puck played up in the offensive zone. Brew and Kohler putting some pretty good forecheck pressure on. Tigers turn with it. They play it up and out of the zone. Send it by Neighbor. Back to Butler. Butler off Carrillo skates right to Harmer. Harmer makes a nice move shot. Big save. Rebound. Covered up by the Tigers goalie. Face off. Rolled by the Whitehawks. Fuller in behind the net. Patty Garillo. Fuller. Garillo. Three-person battle. Shot by Neighbor off the noggin of a Tigers player. That's one way to stop the puck. Now Allie Butler plays it in deep. Garillo's going to go behind the net. Still got a stick loose on the ice. I believe it's a Tiger stick. Williger chasing up the half boards. Emma Butler hooks it off a stick. Butler comes away with it and loses to a Tiger player. Tigers try to break it out. They're pressured. They can't get it out. Sturgis with the pressure. She steals. Right, play back to the defense. Runs into her player hard. Allie Butler comes in. Puts it right out in front. Twilliger with a shot glove save. Shot by Alice. Hutchison goalie equal to the task. Williger, Hendricks, and Sturgis. Bodie and Callahan. Greta Bodie comes in hard, puts it into the far corner. Emma Butler loses her stick, but she still battles, able to pick up her stick before anything happens. Puck comes out, played back to Callahan. Callahan with a big shot. That didn't get saved by much. Off the goalie's glove and over the top. Now the Tigers break it out of the zone, send it in deep. Callahan leaves it for Johnson. Caitlin now. Emma Butler. Emma Butler sees the Whitehawks changing on the far side, so only Moline gets a stick on it. Hutchison sends it back out. Emma Butler been playing defense most of the season, so she knows right where she's going with it from here. And she goes to Callahan. That was a good play. Callahan carries in. Moline chasing. That one just opened over the net. Johnson plays it out to Ullman. Nice play there. Good shot. Big pad save. Hutchinson finally gets it out of the zone. Ullman picks up the loose puck. Cross ice to Callahan. Her pass is intercepted. Caitlin now gets a stick on it. Can't send it in. Moline gets on sides, and Elin Dahl's going to chase it down in the offensive zone. Good forecheck pressure. Allows the Whitehawks to change cleanly and maintain possession in the zone. Neighbor says it's a Dahl. Now Garillo. Eddie Garillo looking for a lane. Tigers pick it up at the half board. It's held in again by the Whitehawks. Similar to how JV was looking. Got to get that early goal and take the lead early. Harmer. Neighbor. It's her. Neighbor gets back to it. Plays it out to Ullman. Ullman with a big shot. Right in the numbers. Covered up by the Tigers goalie. Good zone time for the Whitehawks. Good possession for the Whitehawks. Shots on goal. Now 6-2. Harmer, Kohler, Garillo, Ullman, Neighbor. Tigers control the face-off. Taken away by the Whitehawks. Sent to the far boards. Eddie Garillo. Stolen. Hutchison plays it to the board. Kohler sends it around. Good play to Harmer. Kohler, Harmer. Harmer to Grillo. Good shot. That one just trickles wide. Now Blue and Kohler plays it behind the net. Hutchison intercepts. They play it out of the zone. Good defensive play by the Whitehawks. Guy Nienaber with the steal. Plays it off the boards. Little out of the reach for Harmer. Comes right back to Nienaber. This time she sends it in the air. Knocked down by Hutchison. Kohler takes over. He's got some room. Oh, that shot deflects off a stick and over the net. Allie Butler holds that one in. He's pushed off the play. Comes free to a Hutchison player who plays it around the boards to the near side. Hazel Sturgis now. Uses for Allie Butler. Her shot didn't get much on it, but she pokes it right back into the zone. Sturgis sees Butler. Butler was looking the other way, unfortunately. She gets it right back to Sturgis. Big shot, bad save. And the Hutchison goalie covers it up. I've seen several times this season where the goalie has put the stick down and brought it in, and they blow the whistle. Remember when the girls were younger, and a specific referee that we know didn't allow that? We would have won that game. No, no, it was the stick. Callahan with a big shot, blocked out in front. Sturgis to Williger, Emma Butler, Allie Butler, Izzy Callahan. Hutchison plays it out to the blue line. Callahan, who is actually a natural defense, as I understand it, has been playing forward the last season and a half or more. Emma Butler goes into the boards hard, takes out a player, no call, fortunately. Now played off the boards to Allie, then Caitlin. Caitlin to Sonia. Moline just couldn't pull the trigger. She was being pestered. Up comes out to the blue line, held in by Callahan. Bouncing puck, tough save for the Tiger goalie. She makes the save. That's what's cool about her playing that. Nope. Dahl, Johnson, Moline, Holman, Cody. Whitehawks, all the pressure here. Held in by Omen. She sends it in deep, just off the top of the glass. Now Moline trying to center. She couldn't get it. Puck goes across ice, comes off the boards. It's going to come out of the zone. Marion Omen picks it up, turns with it. Looking for a passing lane. A couple Whitehawks recovered. She gets it to Bodie. Bodie to Dahl. Now Moline, Johnson. She sends it in deep. Moline and Johnson go for the change. Dahl's going to pester in the forecheck position again. Pass goes across. Offsides on the Whitehawks. Tigers couldn't get possession. Harmer gets it to Greta Bodie. Greta Bodie with a shot. That's blocked. Addie Guerrero now. Addie try to leave it for Bodie. Kohler got a stick on it. Held in by Harmer. Oh, that pass to Guerrero went off of Hutchison's skate and right on net. Goalie was going the opposite direction. Still made the save. Hutchinson's had enough. They're going to ice it. 7:18 remaining in the first period. Shots on goal of 9 for the Whitehawks, 2 for the Tigers. We came three forwards with Nienaber and Allie Butler. You been drinking? Okay. Ladies having fun. That's what it's all about anyways, right? Hutchinson plays it around the boards. Nienaber comes in to hold. Willow there to help. Now Kohler. Puck comes out to Nienaber. She holds it in. Still battling for it. That shot goes off a skate. Harmer Sink it back to Butler. Allie Butler with a shot. That's blocked out in front. Fuller got a stick on that one. Now Harmer. Harmer with a backhand. Oh, rebound chance by Garillo, and whistle is blown. Whitehawks with all the pressure this first period, just looking to break that 0-0 tie, get a lead. Sturgis with some quick work of the puck right off the faceoff. Moves it around to Callahan. Bouncing puck picked up by Callahan. Right inside the blue line. She holds it in, gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis tried to get it to Butler. Did. Hutchison couldn't clear. Whitehawks putting pressure on, trying to hold the zone again. They've been doing it all night. This time Hutchison comes out of it. Greta Bodie puts her player to the board. That's how you play that one. And Terwilliger kicks it. Callahan receives. Sturgis gets it out of the zone, but couldn't hold the handle. Callahan with a very aggressive play. Comes in, shoots, goes just wide. Now Greta Bodie plays it in deep. Hutchinson takes over. Callahan now at center ice. Callahan up to Moline, out of her reach. The Whitehawks get to finish changing, all but Butler. Caitlin holds the zone cleanly there. That shot off a stick and over the net. Now Moline, Johnson, Omen looking for the shot. Instead, she turns with it. Had to leave it for Dahl. Dahl was just coming in from the line change. Out to the far boards. Elin Dahl, Caitlin, Omen, retreating, had to get out of the zone. Now she carries it in. She was almost tripped up. There's another one of those players. I like to see her go down. That shot ends up behind the net. Dahl centers. Oh, Moline puts it in the net. Whitehawks on the board. Moline. Goal. Moline and Dahl. I don't know if they'll get more than one, but Sonia Moline gets the first goal of the game. We'll let you know if there's any other assists. Pretty sure they'll give one to Elin Dahl. This line keeps its scoring going after that Litchfield game. 4 goals from this line out of 5 last game. First goal here tonight. Hutchinson now with a little offensive pressure. A shot. They'll give him a shot for that one. Savannah sticks it into the corner. Marion Omen also gets an assist on that goal. Omen and Dahl with the assist. Omen with the goal. That is Sonia Moline's 7th goal of the season. Elin Dahl's 4th assist. And Omen's 11th assist. Now Hutchinson at center ice. Callahan shot right on. Savannah covers it up. Garillo, Harmer, Kohler, Callahan, and Allie Butler. Harmer wins the faceoff. Butler with the puck. Sends it around the boards. It's going to be held at the blue line. Just barely. Callahan pressuring her player in the corner. Played up to the blue line by the Hutchinson. Shot goes right on. Covered up by Savannah. So 4 shots now for the Tigers, 11 for the Whitehawks. Whitehawks change the forwards. Oh, and the defense. So it's Bodie, Omen, Emma, Alice, and Hazel. Emma Butler carries it in. Uses it for Twilliger. Her shot, that didn't miss by much. It got through everything, just wide right. Now picked up by Hutchison. They get it across center ice and send it in. Go for a line change. Whitehawks have some room. Pass by Omen. It's Butler. Tried to one-touch it, but it didn't connect. Now it ends up on Hazel's stick. Hazel carries in. They're just looking for a lane. She's going to go behind the net with it. Held at the blue line by Bodie. Good job there. She shoots. That's blocked. Second chance. Save. Rebound loose. It's all with a chance. Couple of shots there for the Whitehawks. Bodie. Bodie off the boards. Caitlin receives. Gets it over to Moline. There's another chance. Puts it right on net. Moline trying to center. Couldn't get it through. Dahl blocks that pass. Now brought out to center ice by Neighbor. Anita Allie Butler. Sonia Moline into the zone. Moline sends it in deep. Caitlin gets chase. Hutchinson gets it up and out of the zone. Allie Butler's going to be the first one back to it. Gets it to Elin Dahl. Now Caitlin. Johnson sends it in deep. Grillo on now. Johnson's going to finish the line change. Grillo, Kohler, and Harmer are all on now. Me never thought about going in deep. She saw Georgia coming, so she let her go. Kohler takes it out in front. Butler, Allie. Now Garillo into the corner. 1 minute remaining in the period. Breland Kohler's going to go to the penalty box. Power play coming late in the period. 47 seconds remaining. She's arguing with the ref. She didn't like that call, but she's going to sit down. First power play of the game goes to the Hutchinson Tigers. Harmer, Johnson, Callahan, and Omen. Omen picks it up, plays it up ice, gets it out clean. There's a Harmer with some pressure. Surprises her player from behind. Cross ice pass. Poked away by Johnson. Now Harmer. Johnson. Harmer offered skates. He was trying to get by the player that was laying on the ice. Now the Tigers do get it into the zone. Callahan pressuring. Down to 11 seconds. Caitlin sends it up and all the way down. That should just about do it for the period with 4 seconds remaining. They're not going to have enough time to bring it all the way down. And there's the buzzer. 1 period in the books. Whitehawks with a 1-0 lead. We're going to get some fresh ice out there and be back for period 2 as soon as we talk about our sponsors. Gold sponsors are Denali Custom Homes, S. Brothers and Sons, State Farm Office of Colin Charleston, Chi-Chi's Restaurant. Sorry, I'm not very steady here. Platinum sponsors are Crossroads Financial, Allen Alma Supper Club, Surfside Bar and Grill, Northwest Tonka Lions Club, and the Fossman School. They're our sponsors. They support us. Let's support them. Get out and support them whenever you can. They take care of us. Let's take care of them. Thanks. We'll be back for period 2 in about 15 minutes. Lucy's on forward now. Did you unmute it? Lucy's moved back to forward. Well, here we go. Period 2 underway. Callahan moved back to forward, it looks like. Yeah. With, oh, it's the penalty kill. That's why I forgot. Sorry about that. So it's Callahan, Harmer, Allie Butler, Marion Oman, Hutchison Tigers trying to cherry pick a little bit. Oman's covering. Callahan pressuring in the offensive zone. Puck sticks to the water. Puts it right out in front. Harmer with a one-timer. Good save by the Tigers goalie. 25 seconds remaining on the power play for the Tigers. Oh. Tigers control the faceoff. Picked up at the half board. Carried out to neutral. Sent into the zone. Knee neighbor receives. Tries to play it out. Harmer gets it cleared, not all the way down. Second attempt comes to Callahan. Callahan puts it through to Harmer. Harmer pressured. Back to 5-on-5. Power play is over. Centering pass by Harmer didn't connect. Emma Butler out there now. Harmer sends it in. She goes for a line change with Lizzie. Hazel and Alice on now. Hazel puts it right out in front. Twilliger with a shot glove save. That pass broken up by the Whitehawks. They're just back in to steal the puck. Twilliger helps her out. Puck squirts free behind the net. Now right out in front. Puck just sitting there. Nobody can get to it. Hutch plays it up and out of the zone. Knee neighbor holds it in. Emma Butler receives, shoots, just goes wide left. Puck comes out across the blue line. Knee neighbor, Sturgis, Emma Butler. Allie Butler on a long shift. She's got a change. She'll probably go down. Cherry pick and pass. Didn't connect. Comes all the way down. Johnson, Moline, Dahl, Allie, and Ullman. Allie Butler puts it right out in front. Dahl with a chance. Had a little bit too much heat on it. Now Ullman with a shot. Glove save. 14-18 remaining in the second period. 17 shots now for the Whitehawks. Hutchinson Tigers with 0 shots on goal for that in that power play. That's good defense on the Whitehawks. Johnson wins the face-off. Dahl. Ullman back to Dahl. Even Dahl sends it around behind the board or behind the net. Greta Bodie out there. Bodie in deep. Moline blocks that pass. Tigers. Breakout play connects. Bring it through neutral ice. Carried into the offensive zone. Defended by Ullman. Ullman pokes it away. Caitlin receives. Sends it up the boards. Out of reach for Dahl. Dahl and Bodie. Sends it back up to Dahl. Dahl carries it up ice. Got Ullman with her. Moline with her. Shot from a tough angle. I'd like to see that one hit Moline's stick. That's a tap in. I don't think she saw it because there was a defender in between. Now centering pass picked up by the Tigers. Tigers play it up. Doesn't connect. Ullman behind the net. Johnson in to help. 4-person scrum behind the net. Up comes free. Sent to the side by Moline. That was a good play. Johnson and Ullman battling again in the corner this time. Johnson's knocked down. Ullman gets some room. It's a 3-on-2. Ullman carries in. Shot. Big save, rebound. Cleaned up by the Tigers. Now Gorillo drops it back to knee neighbor. Back up to Gorillo, just off her stick. The Tigers send it around the boards. The knee neighbors hits him behind. He goes down. Butler puts a shot towards the net. It goes just wide left. Tigers get it out. Whitehawks retreat into the defensive zone. Butler tried to hit Gorillo. Didn't connect. Hutchison on the Whitehawks. In front. Ooh, Harmer, Kohler, Gorillo. Puck squirts free. Shot out to center ice. Ellie Butler receives. Cross to knee neighbor. Knee neighbor. Harmer. Harmer back to Kohler. Sends it around behind the net. Harmer, Gorillo. Ellie Butler picks up the loose puck. Gets it to Kohler. Kohler to Harmer. She sends it in. Goes to the change. Gorillo centered. Nobody there. Emma Butler, Alice Twilliger on now. Now picked up by Bodie. He plays it off the boards to Emma. Couldn't reach. Puck bounces up and into the bench. Whitehawks bench. Face off coming inside the offensive zone for the Whitehawks. They're just Twilliger, Butler, Callahan, and Bodie. Face off. Controlled by the Tigers. Carry out. Defended by Callahan. He steals. There's just Callahan battling. Tigers grab the puck. Defense to defense pass. Breakout play. Intercepted by Sturgis. He gets it to Butler. Right back to Sturgis. Back to Butler. Big play. Loose puck. Rebound covered up by the Tigers goalie. Somebody goes down. What happened? Power play for the Whitehawks? I didn't see what happened, but looks like Hutchinson's going to go to the penalty box. First power play of the night for the Whitehawks. Hutchinson now up to 5 shots on goal. 19 for the Whitehawks. 10:22 remaining in the second period. Whitehawks need a separator goal here at this power play. Omen shot, stick save, up into the netting and out of play. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer, Omen, and Butler, Alex. Callahan with a nice face-off win. Puts it between the legs back to the D. Kohler, Butler, Omen, Callahan. Callahan with some speed. Right there for Kohler with the one-timer. He just jammed on it. He sends it back into Callahan. Callahan looking for Harmer right out in front. Her one-timer is blocked. Now Kohler with it. Kohler puts it towards the net. Callahan receives. Callahan tried to send it across. It was blocked. Butler catches that neutral ice. Plays it up to Callahan. Callahan to Omen. Butler. Butler shot. Stick save. On the 1 minute remaining in the power play. Callahan carries it, shoots from a tight angle, hit metal, bounces over the net, gets it back, plays it to Butler. Butler, shot was blocked. Now Omen, Allie Butler, Kohler. Lost control of it for a second. Gets it to Callahan. Callahan being pestered. Tried to get it to Kohler. Ended up on a Hutchison stick. He sends it down. They're going to change a couple of things. Kohler, they're just 2-0. They're just goal. Beautiful play. That's the way it's supposed to be. Savannah with an assist. Hazel from Kohler. I didn't know this one. Kohler. And we'll be giving Savannah an assist on that one. Yeah, we'll take that. Points are points, right? I lost track of who was on the ice. Coleman and Allen, that's it.
Scored for the Whitecaps. Number 8, Hazel Sturgis, assist to number 15, Taylor, and number 35, Savannah.
Woo! That's official. Savannah with an assist. That's Hazel's fourth goal of the season. Kohler with her 12th assist. Savannah with her first assist, as you might imagine. Yeah, maybe. I could be wrong, but I don't have stats for that. Johnson, Dahl, Moline, Omen, and Bodie. There's a chance. Omen puts it right out in front. Couldn't find it. Omen now shoots. Stick save. Loose puck. Goalie jumps on it. Slows things down. Allie Butler, Skyny Neighbor, Caitlin Johnson, Elin Dahl. Caitlin wins the face-off. Back to Dahl. Back to Butler. Back to Dahl. Bouncing puck. Gets to everybody. Picked up by Hutch. Blue line is held in. Carried up. Shot. That went through the blue paint. Savannah. I'm sorry. Sonia Moline plays it out. Sonia didn't see that one coming. Allie Butler retreats. Leaves it for Knee Neighbor. Knee Neighbor for the battle. Comes to the far side. Allie Butler. He's in a stick battle. This is the Dahl. Held in by Hutch. They're playing a little more aggressively now. Caitlin couldn't get it out. Allie Butler. This time she plays it up and out. That'll be a good clear, no icing. The play by Knee Neighbor to knock it off that player's stick. Oh. Anna swung at it. Didn't connect. Puck was just sitting there, and I think about 4 or 5 players swung at it, and they all missed. Either way, no harm done. Whitehawks ice it. Defensive zone face-off. Callahan, Bodie, Kohler, Grillo, and Harmer. Grillo blocks that shot. Backhands it out. Kohler steals. Kohler stick handles around one defenseman. Tries to leave it to Harmer. Grillo goal. There you go. Willow for the goal from Harmer and Kohler. Addie Garillo's first varsity goal of the season, of her career, that is. Breland Kohler grabs, gives to the coaches. That's going to do it. Whitehawks up 3-0. A little over halfway through the second period. Kohler with it again. Use it for Callahan. Callahan with a shot. That one almost went in. Good glove by that Hutchison goalie. That was Kohler and Harmer, did you just say? Yeah, it was both. I'm pretty sure it was both, but whatever. Addie Garillo and Kohler. I think that's all they said, but ball to the blue line. Right of Bodie. It's a Kohler. Her shot. Stick save. Whitehawks up to 26 shots on goal. They got outnumbered Hutchison by 20 shots, and now 3 goals. Bodie. There's the Kohler. Couldn't handle it. Set right back up ice. Ran out of the net playing it. Williger out there now. Garillo and Kohler. Callahan and Bodie. Callahan gets it up to Garillo. She goes for the change. Got Emma Butler, Hazel Sturgis. Callahan and Omen now. Out back behind the goal line. Omen plays it up to Sturgis. Sturgis gets it out of the zone. Tigers take control, send it back in. 4.5 minutes remaining, period 2. Omen, her pass to Sturgis. Player goes down. Sturgis takes advantage. Now the Tigers send it back up ice. Cross neutral, defended by Omen. Omen carries it up and out of the zone. Didn't get out. Caitlin helps out. Caitlin. Sturgis. Sturgis gets it knocked off her stick. Right at the blue line. Now another play blocked by knee neighbor. Feeling Dahl now. Dahl. Use it for knee neighbor. Moline. Dahl. Johnson. Johnson receives. Shoots. That shot. Stick save. Now Omen sends it in deep. Dahl. Puts it out in front. Didn't connect with anybody. Omen sends it back in. Dahl behind the goal line again. This time it comes out to Omen. Sends it in. Battle behind the net. You and Dahl, Sonia Moline. Moline digs it out. Leaves it out in front. They're all poking at it. Nobody can get a clean shot. Comes out of the zone. Good pressure, good shift. Omen sends it in again. No icing. You and Dahl's going to chase. Caitlin there as well. Omen picks it up at center ice. She finds some room. She carries it in. Everybody's on sides. Omen fans on the pass, centering pass. Going away. Allie Butler holds it in as she's falling down. Eventually comes out. Bree Kohler Plays it up to Allie Butler. Allie's been in this offensive position a few times tonight. Oh, cross ice pass to Guerrillo, just didn't connect. Now Kohler comes back in. Whitehawks change to get on sides. Offsides on Hutchison. Armour, Guerrillo, Kohler, Callahan, and Butler. Tigers control the face-off. They send it in. Right. Icing. We'll take that play all day long. Whitehawks will have the face-off in the offensive zone. We'll change forwards. Williger, Sturgis, and Emma Butler line. Williger wins the face-off. Butler, shot goes just wide right. Callahan shoots, hard shot up into the netting, and out of play. 30 shots on goal now for the Whitehawks. They're buzzing. This is the kind of game we know we can play. Hutchison is not a bad team. They're actually beat Delano, who the Whitehawks lost to earlier in the season. And they have several other pretty good wins. Possibly meet them in a section game, I believe. Possible. Callahan uses the handle, gets right back on it. He handles it through to Sturgis. Emma Butler now as well. Back to Callahan. And Callahan gets it over to Butler. Allie Butler this time. That one got through. Pad save covered up by the Tigers goalie right at the side of the net. Third line out with 1:04 remaining. Dahl, Moline, and Hendricks. Face off. Won by Hendricks. Grabbed by the Tigers. Tigers going hard at the net. They're looking to get a goal before the end of the second period. Whitehawks going to do everything they can to prevent that from happening. Sonia Moline picks it up in front of the net, plays it out of the zone. Nice light pass. Elon Dahl with some speed wins the race, gets it right out in front, almost makes the play into the net. Gets right back on the puck though, leaves it for Callahan. Callahan with traffic. Gets it up to Hendricks. Centering pass broken up. Callahan shoots. Covered up by the Hutchison goalie. Whitehawks changed 5. Ullman and Bodie. Guerrillo, Harmer, and Kohler. 21 seconds remaining in the second period. Same play. Hutchison, Whitehawks win the faceoff. Hutchison got on the puck first. That play didn't work out. Ullman got in the way. Made the right play. Gets it stolen right out in front. Just what Hutchison needed. Late period goal to bring it within 2. 6 seconds remaining in the second period. Whitehawks.
Scored for Hutchison. This is the goal. Number 6, Gary Paulson.
There we go. 2 periods in the book. Remember to support our sponsors. There's the Platinum. Crossroads Financial, Allen Alma's Surfside Bar and Grill, Northwest Tonka Lions, Boss Swim School, Gold Ones are Denali Custom Homes, S Brothers and Sons, State Farm Office of Colin Charleston, and Chi-Chi's Restaurant. There you go. 2 in the books. 3-1 game. 7 shots for the Tigers. 33 shots for the Whitehawks. We'll get some clean ice and be back for period 3. Don't miss it. All right, here we go. Period 3. Players on the ice. Puck is dropped. Armour, Kohler, Perillo, Callahan, and Allie Butler. Cross ice pass to Kohler. He sends it in deep. Perillo gets chase. Knocked out of zone. That's going to go all the way down. Icing on Hutchison. Armour at the dot. Face off. Won by Hutch. Hutch sends it around the boards. Hutchinson with that late goal in the second brings the score within 2. 3-1 Whitehawks. They'd like to get another separator goal here early in the period. Kind of put this game on ice. Cross ice pass to the Hutchinson key. Callahan backhands it in deep. Armour behind the net. Kohler point blank. Hutchinson goalie makes the save. No rebound. Line C coming out. Omen, Bodie, Sturgis, Twilliger, and Emma Butler. Twilliger takes face off. Back to Hazel. Hutchinson's been very aggressive on the face off. Even on a win by the Whitehawks, they've been attacking the puck. Centering pass by Sturgis didn't connect. Omen sends it back in deep. Hazel's tripped. No call made. And the Tigers move it out of the zone. Player couldn't find it. Sent into the offensive zone for Hutch. Omen plays it around the boards to Sturgis. Bouncing puck, grabbed by Hutchison Tiger player. Now Omen's going to grab. Looks for a lane out from behind the net. Gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis gets it out. Caitlin Johnson pressuring. Kicks it up to Butler. Couldn't get to it. The Tigers try to play it in. Johnson carries it up. Got Moline across ice with her. That pass didn't get through. Dahl comes on. Knee neighbor. Caitlin plays it back to Allie Butler. Allie Butler steals. Knocked down on the play. Caitlin tried to hit Moline. Intercepted by the Tigers, and they are offside. Tiger players shooken up a little bit, slow to get up. Does get off on their own free will, but he just shook up a little bit. Fourth line out for the Whitehawks. Hoffman, Hendricks, Dempsey, Neighbor, and Allie Butler. Riley Hoffman just grabs the puck, she carries it up ice. She's got Allie Butler with her, tries to play it to her. Hutchinson knocks it out. Dempsey to Hendricks. Neighbor now. Circles inside the Whitehawks defensive zone. Waiting for some support. Gets it over to Malin Dempsey. Malin Dempsey one touches it to Hendricks. Hendricks pass up to Hoffman is bouncing. Tigers carry it in. They're doing this. Maybe Kylie will get on it. Knee neighbor gets it up to Allie Butler. Allie Butler gets it to Gorillo. Dempsey sends it in. Gorillo trips over the blue line. Puck goes in deep. Whitehawks first line out now. Gorillo, Harmer, and Kohler. That's actually, no, that's right. Greta Bodie. He holds it in, gets it into Kohler. Kohler right out in front, hits a Hutchison stick, loose puck. Harmer took a swing at it, didn't connect. Now Kohler with a steal right at the blue line. Read that one perfectly, carries it in, shoots. Big save by the Tigers goalie. Now Bodie comes in hard. Kohler, Bodie, and Garillo all on the puck. Another battle in the corner. Kohler back to Bodie. Bodie tried to flip it in, goes out of play. It's not a penalty in high school. If you see that play in the pros or college, that would be a delay of game penalty. It's not in high school, fortunately. Hi.
I saw Kylie Slapper.
Yeah, she got a good little rip there. Yeah, that's awesome. Bodie, back to Harmer. Bodie on it again. Huck's just sitting there, people swinging at it, not going anywhere. Right up to the half board, held in by Hutch. Sent to the far side corner. Callahan couldn't get it out. Now Harmer in the corner. Callahan grabs the loose puck. He makes a nice move. Got Kohler and Gorilla with her. Gets it cleanly to Kohler. Thought about leaving for Callahan. Thinks he was too close for liking. Callahan sends it out in front. Hutchison able to clear. Holman off of Kohler's stick in deep. Now Terwilliger, Sturgis, and Emma Butler. Me neighbor saw that one. He backhands it right on. Terwilliger with a second chance. Covered up by the Tigers goalie. Great pressure, good shift. They came out on fire. Whitehawks need another goal here. 11:27 remaining in the third period. Terwilliger waits for a lane. She shoots from a tough angle. That's saved. Now Emma Butler lays it out to Neighbor. Gets it back to Butler. Butler's shot. That whistles high over the net. It's just barely over the net, I should say. Comes all the way around and out of the zone where Omen lays it back to Neighbor. Now Emma Butler lays it off the boards. Terwilliger, and she's going to go to the box. Power play coming for the Tigers. Yeah, I like that work. Second power play of the game for the Hutchison Tigers. First power play didn't amount to anything, not even a shot. Whitehawks hoping that'll happen again. Maybe get a shorthanded goal. Harmer, Kohler, Omen, and Callahan on the kill. Hutchison playing tic-tac back and forth. This time it comes out to the blue line. Saved. Kohler saw that one, cleaned it up. Plays it high out of the zone and all the way down. That'll be a good clear. Harmer puts some pressure on. Tigers playing the cherry pick game again. Except the problem is they're doing that with Lizzie Callahan back. I don't expect that to work out very well for her. And this time it doesn't. Comes right to Callahan. Callahan, Harmer, Kohler. Callahan following high off the boards. Almost came out in front. Steal by Harmer. Didn't have time to shoot. But good time taking off the clock down to 1 minute remaining in the power play. That pass doesn't connect. Callahan picks it up. She turns her back and takes her player down. Gets it in deep. Held in by Kohler. Kohler got Callahan. Oh, she didn't see that one coming. Like to have that play back. Cross ice pass picked up by Emma Butler. Emma Butler plays it to Omen. Omen gets to it, gets it into the zone. He's got a head of steam. Looking for a place to play it. Caitlin's the only one there. He sends it in, intercepted by the Tigers. That pass broken up by Butler. Allie Butler this time. She sends it in deep. Caitlin Johnson giving chase. He's beat to the puck. Outweighed her by about 40 pounds. Maybe more. Bodie, Caitlin, she gets it out. Back to 5-on-5. Williger gets by one player, shoots. Save. Whitehawks going to get their lines back in order. Going to be Bodie, Allie, Butler, Williger, Sturgis, and Emma Butler. Whitehawks control the faceoff. Allie Butler, Hazel Sturgis, shot. Knocked down in front, didn't get through to the goalie. Hazel with a strong play. Williger there to support. Tigers grab the puck, play it up and out of the zone. Sturgis gets it over to Bodie. That hits a skate. Redirect right to a Tiger player. Out there to Bodie. Back in the defensive zone. She circles behind the net. Tried to play it up to Emma Butler. Hit a Hutchison player. Comes right back to Bodie, who carries it in with a head of steam. Oh, pokes it free. Sturgis. Back to Butler. Now Bodie. Bodie's got Johnson with her. Shot hits the side of the net. Moline wipes out her player. Johnson in the battle. Moline there to help. Gets it over to Dahl. Dahl battling. Moline now. That play doesn't connect. Comes right to Omen. Omen takes it across the red line. Sends it in deep. Ewan Dahl saw the puck sitting there. She's going for it. Now comes out to Neighbor. Neighbor holds it in. Johnson. He's knocked down on the play. Ewan Dahl there. Ewan Dahl still with the puck. She couldn't make a good play. She's pushed into the boards. Oh, redirected out in front. Goes wide. I don't know whose stick that hit. Caitlin Johnson plays it to Omen. Omen thought about shooting. She got pressured. She decides to stick handle. She's knocked down on the play. No call. Caitlin wins the battle. Sends it in deep. She's going to go for a change. Tigers send it all the way around. That'll be icing. 6:25 remaining in period 3. 3-1 Whitehawks. 41 shots on goal now for the Whitehawks. 8 for the Hutchison Tigers. Going to be Armour, Garillo, Kohler, Allie Butler, Lizzie Callahan. Armour wins the face-off. Kohler gets it back to Allie. Allie. Garillo. Addie Garillo, stick handling. Smartly plays it back to Callahan. It's Kohler. Kohler with a shot. That one didn't miss by much. Glove save. Just popped over the top of the net. Now Butler, Kohler, Armour. Armour and Garillo. Armour comes away with it. Puts it out in front. Hits traffic. Butler poking away at it. No harm there. Gets it to Callahan. Callahan leaves it up ice. He gets it in cleanly. Leaves it for Bree Kohler. Kohler tried to shoot. Hit a Hutchison player. Garillo steals. Kohler puts it out in front. Nobody there. Tigers play it out. Allie Butler is going to be the first one back to it. Butler backhands it out of the zone. Bowler receives. Bowler right to center. Callahan with a shot. That one was a nice pad save. The Tigers carry it up. Shot from the distance. And Boholiak makes the save. No rebound. Williger, Emma Butler, Hazel Sturgis, Omen, and Bodie. Greta Bodie's knocked down the play. She manages to play puck to Omen. Cross ice to Butler. Out of the reach of Sturgis. Hutchison gets it cleanly into the zone. Omen now. Bring it around. Gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis gets it in deep. Butler and Sturgis battling behind the goal line. Under 4.5 remaining. Williger, Butler, Omen hits the skate and goes out. Grabs possession. Gets it to Greta Bodie. Greta Bodie sends it in. Moline freshly on the ice. Now Hendricks and Dahl. Bodie off of Dahl's skates into the zone. You and Dahl looking for the play. Centering pass intercepted by the Tigers. Now Hendricks, steal. Had to play it up to Moline. That didn't connect. Dahl tried to get a swing on that one. That one gets through everybody. They'll call that icing. It'll be Caitlin, Kohler, Garillo, Me Neighbor, and Allie Butler. Face-off win. I don't know. Garillo with a shot goes through the blue paint. Caitlin floated one across, didn't connect. Tigers play it out of the zone. Poked away by Butler. Now Caitlin gets it up to Kohler. Kohler tried to hit Garillo. That didn't work out, unfortunately. It was a kind of no-look pass. Had a little bit of pressure on her. Now Kohler. Me Neighbor. Puck can't go anywhere. Finally gets in. Allie Butler sends it around to Garillo, who's waiting for it at the boards. He gets to Caitlin. Caitlin up to Kohler. Kohler dumps it in. Now Caitlin picks it up right off the back of the net. Me Neighbor. Now Kohler in the corner. Hutchison trying to make a run here. They can't even get a goalie pulled with 2:10 remaining. Kohler with a big shot. Saved and up into the netting and out of play. Thought they'd get a timeout, but no timeout. Williger, Sturgis, Emma Butler, Cody, Callahan. Sturgis and Butler send it in deep. They just want to keep it down there, prevent the removal of the goalie. Emma Butler, stick handle, sends it right back in. Minute 40 now remaining. Hutchinson couldn't gain possession cleanly. Time they get it out. Good play. Callahan chasing. That shot knocked down by Savannah. Emma Butler backhands it up to the blue line. Nobody for the Whitehawks there. Hits the Tiger right out in front. Now that's a blue line shot. That one didn't miss by much. Loose puck, goal. So Hutchison brings it within one with 1:07 remaining. Hendricks, Stahl, Moline, Omen, and knee neighbor.
Number 13, Hathaway Ryder. That's perfume from Schwein and Ryder.
Shot right on. Savannah puts it in her glove, covers it up, slows things down. Hendricks, Moline, Dahl, knee neighbor, Omen. Knee neighbor plays it behind the net. Picked up by Hutchison. Shot from good close angle. Pad save. They do have an empty net now. 30 seconds remaining. Poke to the side by knee neighbor. Tigers hold it in deep. Puck trickles in. Savannah makes the save, covers it up. Yeah. So we're going to put out Johnson, Garillo, and Kohler now. Hutchinson takes a timeout. Hutchinson up to 15. Shots on goal. Two first-time goals here tonight, one for each team. That's kind of exciting. No. Tigers trying to draw up a play, see if they can get a couple quick shots off. Whitehawks going to just look for the clear. They want to send it all the way down into the net, hopefully. Ice this game quickly if a puck can get in the net. Will be an offensive zone face-off for the Tigers. So they will start with the goalie out of the net. 6 skaters on the ice. And we're ready to go. Now going to be Callahan, Butler, Ullman, and Kohler. Face-off win. Puck comes right in on Savannah. He covers it up right away. 12.5 remaining. Whitehawks got to get this face-off win, control the puck. Kind of goes behind the goal line. Allie Butler gets it up to the half board. Bree Kohler sends it out. That should just about do it. Down to 3 seconds remaining. 2-1, and that's going to do it. Game over. Whitehawks win. Little couple chances for Hutchison late, but Whitehawks hold them off. Take the win. Moose is 10-6-3 on the season. Big game coming up on Thursday versus Holy Family at home. Holy Family with like 15-1. They don't lose easily, but they are without Maddie Kimbrough, so that bodes well for the White Hawks. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Thursday.